This year's Streamers University closed its doors a couple of weeks ago, and I was just sitting here looking back at the madness. Moments like people crying on stream, and even Kai getting hit in the eye by an Orbeez. It seemed that every day, new viral clips were filling my feed. It made me realise that it wasn't that long ago where getting into controversies on stream would have ended your entire social media career. Nowadays, it's more than likely the reason that you know most of these big streamers' names. IRL streamers have always had this problem where they need to escalate above what's come before, but recently it's happening at such a rate that it's basically transformed what we now know as streamers. Fan bases have shifted, with a lot of the viewers not being there to watch the streamer themselves, but just wanting to see what they're going to see next. Clips then get ripped from the stream and independently garner millions of views, and you saw it constantly during Streamer University. This one here was a big one that got around, and it was when Tay and Big pours water all over Rakai, and then he immediately retaliates by covering her in hot sauce.
Oh my god!
And you can see the aftermath of this. But everybody there is doing these huge reactions, and that one garnered 5.5 million views. It shows the ecosystem perfectly, where the clips become the product above the stream itself. We're really at the point now of no return, with platforms like X and even Kick rewarding the escalation, and clip farmers creating a new economy built on pulling clips from these streams. The clip farming from this has created a mutually beneficial ecosystem of content that fills these short form platforms. If you ever just scroll through these TikTok pages, it's at a point where it overloads the senses with just brain rot. It's funny because I'm old enough now on the internet to have been around when the biggest drama you could see was Wings of Redemption shouting "keep laughing" to Syndicate on a Painkiller Already live stream.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
You.
Me?
I didn't even need to look that up. That's etched in my brain like hieroglyphics in a pyramid, I swear. That clip was instrumental in destroying Wings' reputation, and his trolls still remind him of it when they're trying to bait a reaction out of him. You can see the exact same dynamic at Streamer University. People crash out, the clip goes viral, and the next day they've got a bigger audience of a bunch of people hate watching, but it also brings in more fans. We tend to look at this new wave of content slop as something different, but even then, Wings would draw in a huge community of people hate watching to see when he'd next crash out, which ultimately just led to him having to do a boxing match with the king of hate and self-pity, Boogie. Man, his downfall also needs to be studied. Then there was people like Logan Paul, whose career almost ended tons of times for his behaviour that we all looked down on, but he's still got clicks. Looking at them now, it's almost quaint how small the drama would be in today's landscape. It does make you miss that simpler time of content. I think what we learned from Logan Paul's drama machine is that if you keep drilling forward and escalating, hate watchers bring in real fans, and they all track the same on the analytics. Before you know it, he's one of the biggest names of social media and heads one of the largest drinks brand in the world. It's the same logic that you see here when Plaque Boy Max got violated by OJ and he started crying on stream and then ended his stream early.
I appreciate you, but you bigger than that. Don't forget like you for your personality. Is you crazy? You need to put on no persona. You broke through with music. Is you crazy? Suck my don't like you. It's like the character, but your main like rage bait you on your own stream. Is you crazy? You him? You're not no diva. What the
You ain't no diva.
You're not no diva.
I turn the camera back on because I want to be real with y'all. Like, that's why I started doing shit in the first place, because streaming ability, I feel like, alright, streaming, give me the ability to do that.
Alright, that's enough of that one. But why are we even looking at that? Well, it's easy to paint this new, hyperactive, ego-driven creator culture as something we would never watch back then. But you could see the writing on the wall, even in the early days of creator drama. People just have an innate curiosity with the nightmare fuel that is the larger-than-life personalities destined for controversy. Streamer University was basically just that idea turned into a week-long event. Streamer University has basically told everyone that if you put 100 aspiring creators in one place, film every ego clash, argument, and attention-seeking moment, then just watch the clips propel these streamers' careers forward. And you can even follow the thread from creators like Drama Alert to these content farming clips channels, just as you can follow the thread from the Paul brothers to where we are with IRL streamers. You can follow it to the point that a clip going viral of wannabe egomaniacs just one-upping each other to an audience infinitely bigger than their own. It shouldn't be surprising. It was clearly heightened by being in front of thousands of live viewers. A huge one that we saw is what we see here when Jason the Weird and Raphael had a clash.
Hey, calm down, y'all. Calm down.
and it kind of turned into this fake, overdramatic. When we look back to when Twitch was the only real platform, it really was a much tamer place. We had the odd stream, sure, that somehow just skirted around the platform's guidelines, and Ice Poseidon was pioneering what we now recognize as modern IRL streams. But there were stricter rules, and typically, if you were there to create controversies for clicks, the platform would just ban you. If you were a walking PR nightmare, these multi-million-dollar companies desperate to be taken seriously in new media just wouldn't have you. Not that those platforms were without their problems. Twitch especially received constant criticism for enforcing one rule for some and a completely different one for others. Twitch seemingly just had a bias towards who they preferred on the platform. But what happens when you ban enough of these popular streamers? Well, eventually a competitor is going to swoop in, take them all in, and with them, a huge chunk of their younger audience. Kick came along at the right time for the cultural shift, a platform with much laxer rules around controversy, whilst knowing what drew people to these platforms. This, coupled with the growth of short-form platforms being a legitimate way to make money, gave rise to them clip farmers grabbing as much controversial content as possible. Clips on X, Shorts, Facebook have created its own ecosystem. I don't frequently use Twitch or Kick, but I can tell you who Clav Nathan Ross is. It's built a system where every streamer is creating this symbiotic melting pot of ongoing, never-ending controversy for content that sucks us in, like that scene from The Mask where it's like gripping his face. It grips us to our phones. Streamer University was seemingly the latest high point of this, with new clips surfacing almost every hour, to the point where my grandma stopped sharing me AI videos of dogs riding bikes and asking, "Is this real?" to asking me, who's this guy getting kidnapped, and showing me a video of Kai getting kidnapped on stream, playing up the drama factor for the viewers. But as there was before, there is one constant truth about this type of content. Every day, whatever was the wildest thing of last night very quickly becomes yesterday's news. The next thing has to be bigger, it has to be more daring, and most importantly, it has to be more of a spectacle. Like here where Kai plays up getting angry at everybody leaving the university, then expels every student.
You just don't learn, bruh. Y'all acting like I don't see everything every goddamn year. You gonna do this to me? Huh? You gonna do this to me, Phantom?
The overreaction is crazy, and you can see why they do it. You get 1.7 million views.
I want everybody out right now, bruh.
Right through there.
Right there. Everybody sit down. What? Everybody sit down. Everybody sit. You fucked the. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out. You're good.
Look how many cameras are there. Why do people watch this? Honestly, yeah, it's a good question. Sometimes I hear people online criticizing all of this as some like new ungodly thing. They always like to point out these huge creators like Kai as a new low for society. But man, I swear, people forget all the stuff we've seen before that was in place just to garner attention. It's like we all forgot the UK magazine tabloids back in the day, effectively running on the same economy of attention that we see right now. For those too young or who live overseas, UK tabloids were effectively the original IRL streamers of when I was a kid, with them just operating from the same rulebook. They needed to one-up each other with every publication, which creates the same cycle of needing something more line crossing and using the most questionable and frequently illegal tactics to obtain it.
So he starts boasting about everything he's done, hacking phones, paying off the police, with this sinister relationship.
It's the same cycle that you saw at Streamer University. One big moment gets clipped, then the next day something has to top it, whether that's a kidnapping bit or someone getting covered in sauce. To the point where Kai got hit in the eye with an Orbeez, and after it he joked that he felt like everyone was disrespecting him.
I was trying to tell everybody relax. I got shot in my eye with a Orbeez gun in my eye, bro. And now I feel like people disrespecting me.
You think he was joking? That he felt everyone was disrespecting him?
Bro. And now I feel like people disrespecting me, gang.
Is that someone joking? I can't even tell if it's a bit anymore. It's easy to look at Streamer University now and think, why would my kids watch this? But these UK magazines, man, they were hacking missing children's phones, voicemails of soldiers, widows, they were stalking celebrities, all trying to one-up the competition, and people of that generation couldn't look away either. It ran through the same content cycle we see now, and we see the same throwaway culture of content. Then, and the same as now, what was yesterday's news became today's fish and chip paper. That's all to say, this isn't new. Every mainstream media outlet, whether it's YouTubers, streamers, tabloids, all eventually come to the same truth. Outrage sells, and if you go into this with low morals and a desire to be at the top of the platform, before you know it, you will stoop to some really low levels. We can see it right here in this moment, where streamer Dub pours hot sauce all over the 17-year-old kid Bilzo, and apparently this led to him having an anaphylactic reaction. Oh man, he did. Stating that Bilzo had a severe reaction.
Fuck, he got me. And that to me.
Nah, fuck that.
What's up?
No, not you. That nigga deserve that shit.
This is a bit far, but even clips like that became yesterday's news very quickly. So you might hear all that and think, why does someone choose to do this outrage content? It's actually an interesting question. Not because the answer is particularly difficult. I think everyone is aware of the cycle. Streamer creates clips, clips get farmed, clips go viral, and it ultimately creates a springboard for the next viral clip. In an economy of attention, having the most eyeballs, regardless of method, means you're successful. What's more surprising is how the level of escalation has increased. We're no longer at the point where a big piece of internet drama warrants endless discussions or a drama alert reaction. We've just seen the amalgamation of 10 years of escalation, alongside clip platforms and creators finally fully catching up. It's never been more accessible to watch hundreds of these clips a day. Ultimately, there's no time to sit with the controversy, no time for the creator to reflect or grow, because their audience just grows with it. Instead, they're rewarded for a system that's been built around them, to the point where you can't really be surprised by it. This year's Streamer University came along and pushed this system to its limits, gathering as many wannabe streamers into a space where some will shine and ultimately grow massive while filming all the ego clashes, arguments, and attention seeking. It was destined to put this format to new heights for controversy, or new lows, depending on how you look at it. It used to be that if a creator went through any of these controversies, then some form of an apology video would generally be expected. Logan Paul and other creators along the way just discovered that if you don't apologize, you've never admitted anything wrong. It creates more debate, more engagement, and with it, mainstream attention. Now creators just push forward onto the next controversy and even build their content around controversy. There's no time to reflect or grow because the audience grows with it. And at this point, will any creator feel the need to create an apology video if things get too far on streams? Why would they? Pushing the envelope can get them to become schoolyard names, and with it, it comes a new lifestyle. It raises the question, are we even watching because we like these creators anymore? It seems to me that it's more of an innate need or even a morbid curiosity. Looking back at Streamer University just a few weeks after it ended seems like an extreme example of where IRL streaming is today. Interestingly though, it raises the question, will Streamer University be looked back on in a positive light? On the flip side, would anybody be surprised if we look back on this in 5 years and it seemed tame by the future standard? Or maybe we are nearing the point of a hard reset.